Good morning, children. Lesson number 8, Tribal Communities. The summary of the lesson. Let us see what is the summary of the tribal community. We know very little about the tribal people. This is due to the absence of written records and the isolated lifestyle of the different tribal groups. The tribals didn't want to get into contact with the other people. Most tribals were nomads. Nomads means they moved from one place to another. They were not settled in a particular place. But some of the tribals settled and they practiced agriculture. The Gonds established a powerful kingdom in central India. Rani Durgabhadi was a famous queen. Then the Ahoms settled in Assam. They ruled as vassals of Mughals. Rudra Singh was a powerful Ahom king. This is the summary of the entire lesson of the tribal communities. Now let us start with the MCQs. The first number, people belonging to the Khokar tribe lived in Punjab. Option is Punjab, that is C option. Second one, according to Dash, Katanga was an important kingdom of that period. Answer, Akbarnama. Third number, the Chaurasis were group of Dash 84 villages. Option A, 84 villages. Then the Ahoms established a kingdom in the present state of Assam. Option B, Assam. Then the fifth number, the capital of the Ahoms was. Answer, Gargaon. Now let us start with the question answers. Give short answers for the following questions. First question, how was a caste-based society different from a tribal society? In a caste-based society, there is a lot of difference between the high caste and low caste, and it is decided on the basis of their birth. But in a tribal society, they don't follow the caste rules laid down by the Brahmins. Tribal societies were more equal in nature. So the first answer is completed. Second question, what do you know about the life of the nomadic tribal groups? Answer, the nomadic tribal groups moved about with their animals. When the supply of food for these animals got exhausted in an area, they moved to another area. They exchanged milk, honey, wool, ghee, and so on. Next question, third question. How did the tribal societies change their nature with time? Answer, with time, tribal groups were exposed to new cultures. As a result, they slowly began to change their isolated lifestyle. Some of them adopted better methods of cultivation, that is agriculture. Next question, who were Ahoms? Where was their original homeland? Answer, the Ahoms were a tribal community who established a kingdom in the region of present-day Assam. The original homeland of the Ahoms may have been China. Now the D exercises, that is give long answers for the following questions. First number, why do we have so little about the tribal societies of the medieval period? Answer, we know very little about the tribal societies and groups of the medieval period because of the following reason. First number, the tribal people did not keep written records. They preserved their customs and traditions orally, and they used to pass it from one generation to the next by word of mouth only. Second reason, the tribal people did not easily let outsiders into their area of habitations. And the third number, the tribal people generally lived in remote areas like the dense forests, hills, mountains, and desert. So the outsiders were not having any touch with the tribal people as they led a isolated life. So the answer is completed. Next question, list some tribal groups of this period. What occupations were they engaged in? Answer. Some of the tribal groups were the Bhils, the Kolis, the Gonds, then the Cheros, Mundas, Sandals, Khasis, Nagas, and Ahoms. They engaged in occupations like agriculture, herding, and hunting, gathering, etc. Next question, write short notes on Rani Durgabhadi, Banjaras, life in an Ahom village. First number, we are going to write with Rani Durgabhadi. Rani Durgabhadi was one of the most important personalities of the Gonds. After the death of her husband, she began to rule on behalf of her minor son. Akbar offered her the choice of becoming vassal of Mughals, but she did not accept, and she died fighting for the cause of her kingdom. Next one is the Banjaras, or the Banjaras are called the nomadic or traveling traders. They traveled with their families in big groups. They transported grains from villages to towns on bullock carts. They reared and sold animals such as horses and cattle to the people of the town they visited. The next one, life in the Ahom village. The village community was very powerful. It allotted land to peasants based on their needs. The peasants cultivated food crops like rice. Peasants and others also had to serve the army during war. People lived in houses made of bamboo. Tribal gods were worshipped. So the question answers of the lesson is completed. You study the lesson properly and learn the question answers.